A young man was very troubled by his habits. His life was completely disturbed due to his bad habits. He did not value his time at all. He would just waste the whole day in useless things. He also used to sit near anyone and wasted his and others' time by gossiping for a long time, due to which he was not respected at all in the eyes of the people. He was also lazy and drowsy. Whenever his family members asked him for some work, he would try to avoid that work by making excuses, and if for some reason he had to do that work, he would have done that work in haste, without interest. And when the family members explained or said something to him, he would argue with them without admitting his mistake. He would always postpone important tasks and decisions for tomorrow and try to avoid all kinds of responsibility. He thinks that if I gossip with friends, then I will be happy. If I stay at home comfortably all day, I will be happy. If I do not take any kind of responsibility on myself and remain free, then maybe I will get happiness. If I sleep till late in the morning, I will be happy. After trying all this, he would have been happy for a while. But then he started feeling remorse. He would curse himself for wasting his time. His mind would become restless and disturbed. Slowly, that young man also started to understand that his habits are the root of all his problems. He started to understand that postponing work and wasting time will not do anything. It will give me happiness for a while. But in the end, I would be self-conscious and sad. He tried to change himself. But after a few days, he came back to his old state. And this happened to him many times. He would try to change his habits with full planning. But within a few days, he would again return to his old habits. Now he too had given up. He had started feeling that no matter how much he tries, he is not going to get rid of his habits. His life is ruined. Now he will have to live such a useless and monotonous life. Thinking of this, he became very sad and worried. Then one day someone told him that under the forest outside the village, an enlightened Buddhist monk lives by making his hut. You meet him. He has solved the problem of many. He will surely find some solution to your problem too. Although the young man did not believe, but he still reached the Buddhist monk's hut the next day. As soon as he reached there, he felt infinite peace. There was cleanliness and peace all around the hut. Buddhist monk was meditating with his eyes closed on a platform outside the hut. The young man went in front of him and bowed to him. Then the monk opened his eyes and with a slight smile on his face, asked the young man to sit. The young man told all his problem to the monk, how he wanted to change his habits, but he failed every time. The monk listened to the young man in complete silence, without saying anything, and then smiled and said, "You tried many times, but you failed to change your habits because you want to change them only in few days. You want to make everything right in few days, and as soon as you do not get the results you want in the first few days, you again adopt the old habits. The habits which have been formed over the years cannot be left in just a few days. For this you have to give time, and always remember one thing: bad habits cannot be left. They can only be replaced by good habits. For example, the habit of lying can be replaced by the habit of telling the truth." Then the Buddhist monk said seriously, "Today I am going to tell you about 5 such habits, which if you adopt, then your old bad habits will not only be discarded, as well as these 5 habits will change your life miraculously." The young man very enthusiastically asked the monk to tell about those 5 habits. The monk began to say, "The first habit is reading books. The answers to all the questions of the world are hidden in the books, because the questions which are arising in your mind today, the same questions have arisen in the minds of many people before today. And some of them found answers to those questions. Even some people have written those answers in books. So without going through that whole process, by just reading a small book, you can find the answers to your questions and use them for yourself. In a book, a person gives you the squeeze of your whole life, from which you can learn a lot. And along with this, By reading books, you will be able to learn new things. You will be able to know your shortcomings. You will have new and positive thoughts in your mind, which will help you to move ahead in your life. Every successful person in the world definitely reads books. So you also take out time to read positive and good books from today. This habit will bring a miraculous change in your life. The Buddhist monk further said, "The second habit is writing." Writing is a wonderful way to create a connection with our inner being. When we get into the habit of writing every day, we begin to feel our true inner nature. The biggest advantage of writing is that when we sit down to write, our mind stops wandering and starts focusing on the topic about which we want to write. There are many thoughts going on in our mind all the time, but writing solidifies those thoughts in our mind, the monk said, keeping a finger on his forehead. Our mind is not for collecting thoughts and remembering them, but to generate new ideas. And when we write down important old thoughts in one place, our mind becomes free to create new ideas. Every day we have some important experiences in our life, but when we get out of that experience, then the effect of that experience starts decreasing, or we forget it. That's why important thoughts and experiences should be written down immediately, because when the time comes, it is not necessary that we remember those thoughts again. The monk said, "Third, make a habit of meditating." Every day, meditation is the medium that solves all your mental problems. Most of the problems in life are caused by people getting lost in past or future thoughts, and meditation solves this biggest problem of yours. Pulling you from your past and future brings you into the present so that you can realize your true nature. Apart from this, by meditating, our mind stops wandering permanently. The intensity of thoughts decreases in the mind, due to which unnecessary thoughts stop coming in our mind, and we are able to concentrate for a long time in our work, due to which our chances of success increase manifold, as well as meditation keeps our body and mind stress-free, and we feel blissful from inside, which results in happiness and stability in our life as well. The monk said, "The fourth habit that can completely change your life is the habit of giving thanks. Start giving thanks for whatever you have. If we shift our focus from what is not there to what we have, then our whole life will be filled with happiness. Don't ever think that I will be happy when I achieve something big. I will be happy if I become something, but what you have today, the good things that are happening to you today, find happiness in them. You have a house to live in, food to eat, clothes to wear, clean air to breathe. You can be grateful for that too, because many people in the world don't even have this, and happiness never comes from any external thing. Happiness does not come from what we have bought, what we have taken, what we have become, but we get happiness when we feel from inside that nothing is missing from our life. We have a lot, and when we pay attention to it, and the habit of expressing gratitude reminds us again and again that our life is not lacking, but we have a lot. The monk said a little serious, "One of the 5 habits that I would say that you must adopt is the habit of expressing gratitude, because it is the habit that can change your life in the most positive way." The monk said the 5th habit, "Start thinking with full confidence about what you want to get." Think that you have got that thing. Then how would you feel? How would you behave? Do the same thing today. See and feel yourself achieving that success and what you want to achieve. The kind of thoughts that arise in our mind, the things it dreams of, it starts trying to get those things, attracts them towards itself. Keep in mind that any commander has won that war many times in his mind before winning the battle in the field. Similarly, before achieving success, we have to get that success done many times in our mind. That's why, whatever you want to become or achieve, start thinking and feeling with full confidence in your mind about that. If you make these 5 habits a part of your life, then your life will start changing miraculously." Saying this, the Buddhist monks fell silent. The young man had understood the meaning of the monk's words. In front of the monk, he took the promise of making these 5 habits a part of his life, and after thanking the monk, left from there. Friends, I hope you got to learn a lot from this video. And if you are new to the channel, then please subscribe the channel. Thank you.